happening right now. DiJonai Carrington is looking around the room like, oh my God, I've never been in this much fire.
Scroll through WNBA content on YouTube right now and you will see the same claim over and over from dozens of different channels. Reebok Basketball has torn up a $50 million contract, not in a statement to a single accredited outlet, not anywhere that traces back to an actual person at the company. What really happened is smaller, murkier, and in some ways more revealing than the headline everyone is running with.
I am, first and foremost, a God-fearing woman. I am passionate in any and every...
That partnership is real. In April of 2025, Reebok Basketball announced DiJonai Carrington as one of the new faces of its relaunched basketball line, alongside Chicago Sky teammate Angel Reese. Carrington called it a continuation of her family's legacy. Her father, former NFL safety Darren Carrington, wore Reebok during his own playing career. The deal made her a face of the Engine A, Reebok's first new signature basketball shoe since 2015. That is the only confirmed, on-the-record version of DiJonai Carrington's relationship with Reebok that exists anywhere. Everything published in the last week is unconfirmed.
Blonde hair, it looked like you trying to be white. It looked like you trying to be a white girl. What are you talking about, white privilege? The white girl just got a technical foul for something she didn't even do. What are you talking about, white privilege, bro? This is why she should be banned from the league.
That community note spells it out in one sentence. No announcement from Reebok anywhere that the deal has ended. That sentence has been buried under a wave of nearly identical video titles, published within days of each other, all claiming the exact same unverified outcome. When that many channels post the same headline that fast with no underlying source, that is not a coincidence. That is a template getting copied. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now because we're covering every angle of this story until the WNBA does what it has to do.
This assault, because that is exactly what it was, bro. Sophie need to press charges, bro. She need to be pressing charges right now. No doubt.
Here is what actually happened. August 8th, 2026, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. DiJonai Carrington caught Sophie Cunningham on a breakaway layup and brought her arm across Cunningham's face and neck. Officials reviewed the play and upgraded it to a flagrant 2. Carrington was ejected. 8 minutes later, still in the building, she posted white privilege on Threads and tagged the Indiana Fever. That moment earned every bit of the coverage it got. It was real, it was documented, and the league had to answer for it.
You ever think you'd be on Inside the NBA talking about the WNBA protecting somebody from violence?
No, I thought...
Charles Barkley weighed in within days, treating the pattern of hits on Fever players as something the league could no longer wave off. That reaction is real, on the record, tied to an actual broadcast. Hold that up. This is not DiJonai Carrington's first flagrant foul, and it is not the first time her online response became the bigger story than the play itself. She currently leads the league in flagrant fouls this season. In June, she caught Seattle's Skylar Diggins-Smith across the head on a fast break and drew another flag. When fans called her a dirty player afterward, she did not stay quiet.
Without Sophie Cunningham in a vulnerable position in the air.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question.
That defense lines up with a pattern going back to 2024, when Carrington's contact with Caitlin Clark's eye during a Connecticut Sun-Indiana Fever playoff game left Clark visibly bruised, and fans demanded a flagrant review that never came. Carrington has never backed down from criticism like that. When one political commentator accused her of targeting Clark because of race, she answered him directly in
this right here. So this was Fox News this morning, speaking about this DiJonai Carrington situation, and let's give it a buzz.
At least one channel in this exact space caught the discrepancy early and said so outright, publishing a correction under the headline that Reebok never actually fired her, and that the WNBA had only issued another fine. That is the more boring, more accurate version of this story, and it is pulling a fraction of the views the fake one is getting. That gap tells you everything about which version people actually want to be true. Here is where that leaves things as of today. Reebok Basketball has issued no statement, positive or negative, about DiJonai Carrington since the Cunningham foul. No press release. No quote from an actual executive. No confirmation the Engine A campaign has changed in any way. That silence is its own story, a major brand watching a client's name trend for the worst possible reason, and choosing to say nothing rather than make it worse. Whether that changes depends on whether the pressure campaign outlasts the news cycle, and whether Reebok ultimately decides a defensive player known for physical fouls is still the face it wants next to its signature shoe. So, here is the real question, and it has nothing to do with a fake quote from a fake executive. Should Reebok actually drop DiJonai Carrington over her on-court conduct deal or no deal? And does it bother you more that people are inventing corporate statements just to farm views off real WNBA drama? Tell us which one in the comments. We want to hear from you. Every single comment shapes what we cover next.